Allison Gardner here, and I'm very excited to welcome you to today's Mentoring Minute. And today's Mentoring Minute is about choice. Specifically, that we get to choose how we feel. Now, if you were anything like I was 18 months to a year ago, you just froze and you just had a minor freak out on the inside and seriously considered clicking away from this video. But I hope you won't, and I hope you'll hear me out. Because what I've just learned is so powerful and so important and needs to be fully understood. Because whenever anyone would talk to me and say, Allison, you just need to choose to be happy. You just need to choose to count your blessings. You just need to choose to see the best. I couldn't. And I was mad at the person telling me to do that. Because whenever they said I had a choice, I felt like they didn't understand where I was coming from. I felt like they couldn't feel where I was at. And for me, choosing to count my blessings, choosing to be grateful, choosing to be happy, sorry, there was a lot of sarcasm in that. But it's because at that point, that's where I was. I didn't want to choose those things because I felt like I couldn't. I felt like it wasn't a possibility because people kept giving me extremes. They went from, this is where you are, down low in this deep dark pit of despair, and we want you to be up on this high mountaintop of happiness. I couldn't do it. What was inside of me, what I felt I was facing, and that could be any number of things. That could be feeling really alone at work, feeling like I didn't really have a purpose there. That could be struggling with everyday life, not being able to communicate with my family the way that I wanted to, feeling alone just in general. All of those different things kind of built up where I just felt stuck, trapped down there. And so people saying, oh, just be happy or make the best of it or you're strong, drove me nuts and made me angry and caused me to shut myself off even more. And some things changed and I was able to get out of that deep dark pit of despair and I was able to count blessings and do all the things that people encouraged me, that they had encouraged me to do. But it wasn't a from down here to up here journey. It was a journey of neutral, actually. And this has been beautifully illustrated in my own life this last week. So I have decided to try this new direction on YouTube and a new direction for my business. And in making that choice, I legitimately feel like any past demon that I have ever dealt with, any past memory or emotion that I did not completely process, has blown up in my face and has been mine to work through and look at and think about in the last few days to a week. And it came to one point where I just felt so overwhelmed. I have this goal, as you guys know, to try and be in bed. It fluctuates, but I really love being in bed before 11. That's like my hope, my wish, my goal. Because I know that that's me at my best self, is when I have that prime sleep time before midnight and before 11 o'clock. And that was my goal this week. I was really trying for 10:30, and Monday night and Tuesday night, that was my goal. I'm like, we're gonna get it, we're gonna make it happen. And I hit 9:30 and hello everything. Like stuff was coming up I didn't even know was inside me. Like negative feelings about you don't look pretty, you'll never succeed, you're going to fail, you're an awful human being. I'm smiling now because I recognize it for what it is now. But in the moment it felt so real and so painful that I ended up just laying across my bed, just laying there like a waffle and feeling rather wibbly like a waffle. And at one point I just jumped up because I just felt like I had to run away, and my husband went like, what's going on? And asked me some really thoughtful questions, and he said, how about you just choose neutral? How about you don't have to choose this happy-go-lucky song. You don't have to choose this happy, amazing emotion, thought, or feeling. Just choose neutral. Do you know how powerful that is? And that is ultimately what I chose. 18 months, a year ago, was I chose to go into neutral. To let go of my anger long enough to just kind of be. Because it's really hard to force yourself into some emotion that you're nowhere near, but it's a lot easier to just let go of emotion and just kind of let yourself be. And our unhappiness, our frustration is usually because we're comparing ourselves to someone else or to some other person's situation, and we're telling ourselves, oh, I should be like that person over there, or oh, I should be feeling this way. And so then we put this unfair constraint on ourselves, and we're forcing ourselves to feel a way we're just not ready to feel. So if you're in that place right now, or if that shows up for you, I hope that you will remember you don't have to feel any way. You want to let go of the anger? Great. Just let it go. Don't tell yourself you have to be in some other state, you have to be in some other place, or feel some other emotion. Just let it go and just let it be. Because when you choose neutral, that's where faith comes in. One of the reasons I was stuck in so much anger and so much frustration is I kept saying, my life should look this way. I should be doing this thing. But the more that I should on myself, the more I shut myself down and felt like things never would change. The more that I felt like there was no hope that anything would ever be different. And I was just going to be stuck in this box. But when I chose neutral and just observed and just saw it, because our life only gets intense when we relate it to something else. Our emotions generally only crop up when we compare our situation to someone or something else. If we just let it be and just observe it for what it is, then we stay neutral, and then we enjoy what comes in, and we're able to let stuff out. The stuff that we let out is the anger, the frustration, the despair, the desperation. The things that we let in are hope. That we don't have to know when something different's going to happen. We don't have to know that our life is going to change or the timetable of how it's all going to happen. But we just have faith that eventually things will get better. That eventually something new will happen. So today I invite you to first drop the comparison. Don't compare your situation, your emotions to anybody else. You're you, and you are feeling what you feel, and that's what matters. That's the only thing that matters. Then once you establish what you're feeling and that you don't have to feel that way, you don't have to compare it to anything else, choose neutral. Choose to just observe and to be. And as you live in neutral, then you can choose faith. That you don't know how, you don't know the timetable, you just know things will get better, because this life is about learning, and this is just one step of that process. Thank you for joining me for mentoring a couple minutes. I hope that this has helped you embrace new ground, and that you now will choose choice and know that you have a choice about how you think and how you feel, and you don't have to do it on anybody else's timetable. Just let some things go and embrace hope. And I'll see you guys next week.